Shalom, 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 shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach real well. Peace and salutation to the hopefully scattered abroad. That's out here doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm Brother Bach coming at you with another lesson, man. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Be going into we in these end times, man. You know, you starting to see it more and more. You know, you start seeing Esau's dress, lift up a little bit, man. You know, by all those damn secrets and things that he been hiding, man. You know, all those wicked things he been doing behind closed doors. You know, some of those things are starting to come to the light. You know, you see those Epstein files. You know, for example, but I'm gonna grab the scripture. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, and verse 1. It says, this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. You know, and these things must happen, you know. You got famine, earthquakes in diverse places. You already in Jacob's trouble. You see the things that's going on now. You see the shootings, that were happening in Minnesota. All these are perilous times, man, and it's just the beginning. Verse 2, it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. And that's most of this world right now, man. You got people being lustful, following after their own lusts, not being thankful for what the Lord does for them, just being a wicked nigga or these other nations, man. This whole place is complete wickedness, man. Verse 3, it says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, and they hate us, man. They hate the men of the Lord. They hate that we go to the highways and hedges, man, and preach the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. They hate that we wear fringes, man. They hate because we speak the truth, man. They would rather hear lies from these churches, man, than to hear the truth coming from the Lord's men, the Lord's mouthpieces, man. They rather hear that smooth talk, man, that those deceiving words, man. But we being men of the Lord, man, we tell it how it is. Whether it hurts or soothe us, man. Whichever way it come, man. I'm gonna go to the book of Joel chapter 3. It says, this is Joel chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Just like what happened, in Venezuela, man. Where Trump went over there and took their president, man. Now they're taking their resources, man. Venezuela is very rich in resources, man. And I think it was Greenland, if I'm not mistaken. Greenland or Iceland, it was one of those countries, man. that they was trying to do the same thing to next, man. You know, but what's gonna happen, man? These small countries are gonna start turning against America, man. You know, so let the weak stand strong, man. You know, when these countries get, just like when you get backed into a corner, man. You know, you have no choice but to fight. You know, and when they gonna start joining forces, man, against this great whore, you know, called America. You know. I'm gonna go to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet." You know, all these things must come to pass, bro. No, it has to happen in order for us to get out of this hellhole, man. You know, all that happened in January, man, last month. You know, with the Venezuela incident, man, that had to happen. You know, so it can start this World War III, man. This all out hell, man. You know, all these things must come into place for an order, you know, for all hell to start breaking loose, man. You know, and that's good for us, man. You know, because I was having a dream, man. You know, I had a dream, and in the dream, you know, all these things were taking place, man. And me and another man of the Lord, you know, we're ecstatic, man, jumping up and down. You know, because we know that the Lord was coming back soon, man. You know, that's the spirit, you know, you have to be in, not a spirit of, you know, trying to worry about, is this going to affect my job, my family? To hell with all that, man. You know, that's a beautiful time because we know we almost out of here, man. I'm going to go to the book of 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 3. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7 says, "But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved until fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men." Right, man. You know, that's what's coming. You know, this place is being reserved for a fire, man. Thermonuclear fire, man. You know, straight from the Lord, bro. You know, America got hell they have to pay, man. You know, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I know I just wanted to keep it short and simple. You know, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. Until next video, shalom.